Got leftover college money sitting in a 529? You can roll it into a Roth IRA, potentially up to $35,000, and turn school savings into tax-free retirement. Here's exactly how to do it, step by step. Here's our complete roadmap. We'll cover what changed in the law, who qualifies, the crucial limits and rules, a simple 5-step rollover, pitfalls to avoid, and a final action checklist. With subtle motion blur. A new rule lets you move leftover 529 money into a Roth IRA for the same beneficiary. It keeps the tax-free growth and avoids penalty withdrawals. It won't count as income, but it does count toward the Roth IRA annual contribution limit for that year. Okay, let's run a quick eligibility check. These are the non-negotiable rules from the IRS. You need a green light on every single one to proceed. Let's break them down so you know exactly where you stand. First, the 15-year rule. The 529 account must have been open for the beneficiary for at least 15 years. The clock starts when the account is established. A critical point: if you change the beneficiary, the 15-year clock resets for that new person. An old account with a recent beneficiary change won't qualify. This rule ensures the account was for long-term savings. Second, the beneficiary must have earned income. This is money from a job, a W-2 salary or freelance income. It can't be investment gains or gifts. Their earned income for the year must be at least as much as the rollover amount. To roll over $7,000, they need at least $7,000 in earned income. This is because the rollover counts toward their annual Roth IRA contribution limit. Earned income is required. Third, the rollover is strictly for the same beneficiary. The owner of the Roth IRA must be the same person who is the beneficiary of the 529 plan. You can't move funds from your daughter's 529 into your own Roth IRA. It must be a direct transfer from Jane's 529 to Jane's Roth IRA. This keeps the benefit tied to the student. Fourth, contributions from the last 5 years are excluded. Any money put into the 529 plan within the last 5 years, plus any earnings on that money, cannot be rolled over. This prevents last-minute account stuffing. Only funds that have been in the account for longer than 5 years are eligible. Your plan administrator can help you identify this eligible amount. So, the checklist: a 15-year-old account, sufficient earned income, a same beneficiary transfer, and using funds older than 5 years. If you've passed all these checks, you're in a great position. Now let's talk about the numbers and limits. There's a lifetime rollover cap of $35,000 per beneficiary. Each year's rollover is limited by the annual Roth IRA contribution limit and the beneficiary's earned income for that year. Think of it as dripping the rollover across multiple years until you hit the lifetime cap. Example: Alex has $24,000 left in a 529, earns $40,000 a year. Alex could roll up to the annual Roth limit each year until the $24K is fully moved. If limits rise over time, the finish line arrives faster. No penalties, no taxes on growth in the Roth. Step 1. Confirm your eligibility. This is the most important step. First, the 15-year rule. Your 529 account must be at least 15 years old. Check the open date on a statement. Second, the same beneficiary rule. The Roth IRA must belong to the person named on the 529. Third, earned income required. The beneficiary needs job income, at least equal to the rollover amount for the year. And finally, check for no last 5 years contributions. Any money added in the last 5 years, plus its earnings, can't be moved. Nail these 4 checks before you proceed. Step 2. Call your 529 plan provider. Since this is a new rule, their online info might be outdated. A direct call is best. You need to ask them 3 key questions. 1. Do you support a direct trustee-to-trustee rollover from a 529 to a Roth IRA? 2. What is your exact process and what specific forms are required? And 3. What is your estimated processing time? Taking notes on this call will give you a clear action plan for the transfer and prevent surprises. Step 3. Prepare the destination, the beneficiary's Roth IRA. If the beneficiary already has a Roth IRA, your job is easy. Just find the account number, and confirm with the brokerage that it's active and ready to receive a rollover. If they don't have one, they'll need to open one. This is a fast online process at any major brokerage. Crucially, the account must be in the beneficiary's name, reinforcing the same beneficiary rule. The 529 owner cannot open the Roth in their own name for this. Step 4. Decide on this year's rollover amount. This number is governed by strict limits. Your rollover amount for the year can't be more than the lowest of these three figures: the beneficiary's total earned income, the annual Roth IRA limit, or what's left of your up to $35,000 lifetime cap. A critical point: this 529 to Roth rollover counts toward the annual contribution limit. If the limit is $7,000 and you roll over $5,000, the beneficiary can only contribute $2,000 in new money that year. This is why you'll likely drip the funds over several years. Step 5. Execute the transfer and keep records. Using the paperwork from your custodian, submit the formal trustee-to-trustee rollover request. This method is vital. It moves funds directly between institutions, avoiding tax headaches. Don't just submit and forget. Actively track the transfer. Call both custodians after a week to confirm it's in motion. Once the money has moved, your final task is record keeping. Save the request form, the 529 withdrawal statement, and the Roth IRA deposit confirmation. A digital folder for your records is your best friend for future tax questions. Now, let's cover how to do this right and avoid costly mistakes. First, a major warning: do not change the 529 beneficiary before you roll funds over. The 15-year rule is tied to one person. If you switch the beneficiary, the 15-year clock resets to 0 for them. You'd have to wait another 15 years. The rule is strict. It must be for that entire period. Lock in your beneficiary long before you start this process. Next, be careful with recent funds. You cannot roll over any contributions, or their earnings, made within the last 5 years. This is the no last 5 years contributions rule. If you added money 3 years ago, that amount and its growth are ineligible today. Check your records. If you have recent contributions, the best strategy is to wait. Let those funds age past the 5-year mark, then roll them over in a future year. Third, this rollover counts toward your... It's not extra space. If the annual limit is $7,000 and you roll over $5,000 from your 529, you can only contribute another $2,000 from your earned income that year. You must coordinate these amounts to avoid over-contributing, which triggers IRS penalties. Always subtract your rollover from the annual max to see what room you have left. Pro tip: keep a meticulous paper trail. This is your audit-proof file. The IRS can ask you to prove you followed every rule. Create a folder and save everything: 529 statements proving the account's age, contribution records for the 5-year rule, and rollover confirmations from both your 529 plan and your Roth IRA provider. This documentation is your best defense and provides peace of mind. Finally, a strategy for beneficiaries with lower income. There's a rule: you can only roll over an amount up to your earned income for the year, or the annual Roth limit, whichever is less. If a beneficiary earned just $4,000, they can only roll over $4,000. If their income will be higher next year, do a smaller rollover now and a larger one then. This helps you maximize the limit over several years, building a foundation for this week's plan. Pull your 529 open date and contribution history. Confirm the beneficiary's earned income this year. Verify the Roth IRA for the same beneficiary. Pick a safe initial rollover amount within this year's limit. Set a recurring annual reminder to finish the rollover up to the lifetime $35,000. Drop 529 Roth in the comments with your situation, balance plus income, and I'll reply with a quick plan. Subscribe to Upflow Club for weekly money plays you can copy today. This is education, not tax advice. Always verify current IRS rules and your provider's paperwork.